Like it when you go off screen. Oh, that was it. We're back? We're back. It really doesn't like it when you take your mouse off the screen. I don't see anything to do with subtitles. Do you guys? Advanced? Should be somewhere. Not gonna be audio, is it? Closed captioning? That's not it. Is that it? It is. Oh, okay. Subtitles only, full captions. What do we think? And I'm really loud, by the way, so if I'm too loud, do let me know. I have it cranked up higher than I've ever had it before. Should we just have subtitles? Maybe? Let's just have subtitles. Full cap. Oh, okay. Okay, it's even louder. Now, I'm not going... I'm not in the red yet. I'm still in the yellow, so... we should be okay. I think full captions is like... it'll say like bang. It'll say bang at the bottom. Game a little bit quiet. Okay. There we go. The game should be... yeah, I'm peaking the red. Let's take me down a little bit. Toast. There we go. Okay.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room...
1 second, 1 second. I think I can move myself, right? I'm blocking the subtitles. That better? Okay. Wait, what? Did I skip it? Yeah, let's do that. Load it up again. What? Really? I want the video again. There we go.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay. There you go. There's your full captions. Who has a pencil sharpener, really? You have a pencil sharpener, really? Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Fair enough.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No, it's clearly just a bank holiday. Where's the meeting room?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, but Americans do like Thanksgiving and that. I'm thinking I'm gonna go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Ah.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh. All right, I need to do some work on why it is being all jerky. It really doesn't like it when
Look,
you
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the
minimize.
wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting. That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
I have no idea. Not a clue.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
That's you.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
No, I'm not pressing H. Nope. Not doing it. What you gonna do, game? It's not doing anything, is it? I'm gonna have to press H.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
P.
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
I'm just glad the power's come back on, Aragon. That's at least a positive. Please press 5.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press L to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Prepare dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Did I enjoy Black Mesa? I did enjoy Black Mesa. It was really good. I think the ending, the Zen part, was maybe a bit long. The bit before the bosses, I thought that may have been a bit overextended. But apart from that, it was a beautiful remake of a classic game. The final boss was incredibly more fun as well. That fight was engaging, shall we say? But yeah, we got through it. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. It'll be on YouTube tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Monday. So probably Twitch.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, The next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay. Yeah, maybe they made it longer to justify the long waiting. I don't know. It seemed to me that there was a lot of walking and a lot of the same kind of puzzles. It kind of got a bit stale towards the end because I did 2 full streams in Zen, and that's like 6 hours. It seems long, but apart from that, it was a really good game. We're gonna have to press Y.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And
Oh, wait. What? We died? Did we die? Okay, I'm gonna go reload the game because it seems to be having some trouble, and I don't know why. Getting concerned. Okay, so this time we'll go.
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We're gonna follow orders this time.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Tips from
Feeling a
getting
wave
fired.
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
This is like exactly what it is in real life. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Quarterly post-review review. More water coolers. More water cooler heaters. Charts need to be more hip. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. A big net? Some sort of child trap? To do, synergize. Monetize free to play. What do people want? Things, money, more money. Things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs. Take the one by re-entered. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Rip fronds. Targets. Get Chris out of the broom closet. This is very Dilbert. Sense of humor. There's... Oh, where's Chris?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay. Sorry.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Executive bathroom. Nope.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
2845.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
No. So do we find the key? Where is the, oh, it's here.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Amazing.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Oh. Loading, 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 loading. So I guess the point of this is to survive?
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think